Hello, this is the 2019 award season, starting with the Golden Globes. Hello, my name's Elijah Wells, and let's get on with it. The Golden Globe nominations. For Best Picture in Drama, there's Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born. For Black Panther, I was initially surprised by its nomination for Best Score and Best Picture Drama, but I was really bargaining in for the best song being All of Stars, since, let's be honest, we're all going to predict it's going to get a nomination for the Oscars for Best Original Song, All of Stars. But I was so surprised it got Best Score and Picture in Drama. That's something that really surprised me. Black Klansman, which is about a black police officer trying to infiltrate a local KKK clan with the help of Adam Driver, which it's said to be Spike Lee's best film since Malcolm X, after some hit or miss results, the notable miss being the Old Boy remake, which apparently my teacher found really boring. There's Bohemian Rhapsody, which is a story about, of course, Freddie Mercury and his band, the Queen. Yeah, it got a lot of mixed reviews. Like, people really loved Rami Malek's performance as Freddie Mercury, but kind of fell off with the script and the hit or miss accuracy of the film. There's If Beale Street Could Talk, which is a movie that really interested me since I recently this year watched Moonlight, I really liked that movie. Yeah, although the movie is a bit slow at some parts, but at the end of the day, I felt like, yeah, I like that movie. I hope I can see it. It's not out in the UK cinemas yet, but I should really need to get to watch it. There's A Star Is Born, that Hercules song. Nope, A Star Is Born, not a Hercules song. Yeah, it's directed by Bradley Cooper and co-starring Lady Gaga. Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about the movie. Yeah, I need to really catch up on that movie, but who knows? It could be a really good movie. Apparently, as fact, it's like his directorial debut. And like years ago, like 8 years ago, 10 years ago, something, Lady Gaga was in that award ceremony where she wore a whole rake of steak. Either she's trying to prove a point or something, then that part's really up to you. Best Actress in Drama, Glenn Close, The Wife, Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born, Nicole Kidman, Destroyer, Melissa McCarthy, Could You Ever Forgive Me, and Rosamund Pike, A Private War. Yeah, for Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born, I think she kind of matured a lot more since wearing that steak outfit. Or that outfit where she wore a lot of meats on. Either she's trying to prove a point on eating meats or being vegetarian or something, but that part's up to you. For Nicole Kidman, for Destroyer, she's having a really good year at the moment. With the early reviews of Aquaman, which is about to be out in like 2 weeks' time already. And it's apparently being praised, being really up there with Wonder Woman already, with the early reviews. And she's also won praise for Boy Erased, which I will get down to later. Now, for Best Actor in Drama, Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born, Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, Lucas Hedges, Boy Erased, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, and John David Washington for Black Klansman. For Willem Dafoe at Eternity Gate is about Willem van Gogh and his very famous artistry, and his strange treatment to ears by slicing him off Reservoir Dog style. Well, not exactly that, but you can't get the picture of it. I was also that Van Gogh movie that came out last year, which I forgot the name of, which also got nominated for a lot of awards. There's also Boy Erased, which is about a boy who parents found out he's gay and they send him to a conversion therapy camp, which is, although a very familiar plot to Miseducation of Cameron Post, where it's about a girl who's being sent to a religious conversion therapy camp. Yeah, I'm not being a bit copycatty or being a bit rude about conversion therapy, but I think it's now, at this point, cinema is going to go down into some topic matters that where people would refuse to direct in the 90s, but really, I think we need to discuss about that part a moment, since if it's discussed in real life, we're going to have to discuss it now. No excuses, no exceptions. And also, Best Picture in Musical or Comedy. There is Crazy Rich Asians, The Favourite, Green Book, Mary Poppins Returns, and Vice. Or Vice. Crazy Rich Asians, although it's the number one movie across Asia, except China, if you look at box office news about that. Yeah, apparently it got some pretty good reviews, but I don't know. The Favourite, I really want to see The Favourite, since it is directed by the same guy who did The Lobster and The Killing of a Sacred Deer. This time it's about Queen Anne and her daughter and her very snivelling servant, played by Emma Stone. Green Book, which is about Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen travel down south, and it's from the director of Dumb and Dumber. Mary Poppins Returns, like this title suggests, she hasn't aged a bit, and she returned. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. There's also down to slightly more serious yet comedic Vice, which is a story about Dick Cheney, who served as a vice president to George W. Bush, and how he became effectively more powerful than the actual president, thanks to his role on tackling terrorists post 9/11 and the war on terror, especially in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah, apparently Dick Cheney pretty much gained the pounds like he did in American Hustle. Best Actress in Musical Comedy, Emily Blunt for Mary Poppins Returns, Olivia Colman, The Favourite, Alicia Fisher for 8th Grade, and Charlize Theron for Tully, and Christina Wu for Crazy Rich Asians. I think the one thing I found incredibly interesting about this is Alicia Fisher for 8th Grade. She's not just 15 years old, 1-5. The movie is directed by Bo Burnham, who was a former YouTuber. Although he was like before my age, before my phase on YouTube, it was just before my time. He directed 8th Grade, which is about a really shy and awkward kid trying to navigate her way through the final week of school before going to high school. Yeah, it's coming out next year. Of all places, it's coming out next year. Okay, sorry, I'm getting slightly triggered because I wanted to watch that movie for a long time. I got triggered at the fact it's coming out next year. Now, down to Best Actor, Musical and Comedy. Christian Bale for Vice, Lin-Manuel Miranda for Mary Poppins Returns, Viggo Mortensen for Green Book, Robert Redford for Old Man and the Gun, and John C. Reilly for Stan and Ollie. Like Christian Bale in Vice, he gained the pounds to look like Dick Cheney. And of course, Robert Redford for Old Man and the Gun. This is apparently his final movie before his retirement. Yeah, it's not like Sean Connery where he ended his career in a fart, like with the 998 Avengers and the Extraordinary Gentlemen, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And of course, there's John C. Reilly for Stan and Ollie, which is about two of the most famous duos in early comedy. It was before Monty Python's age, but yeah. Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Amy Adams, Vice, Claire Foy, First Man, Rika King for If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone, The Favourite, and Rachel Weisz, again, The Favourite. Okay, two nominations in the same category. 2 in the 1 to the 1 to the 3. Yeah, there's also a lot of hope that Amy Adams could finally nab the Oscar for Vice. But I think all eyes are on Reggae King if she could win for If Beale Street Could Talk, which could be interesting. And next up, Best Supporting Actor, Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Timothy Chalamet for Beautiful Boy, Adam Driver for Black Klansman, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice. Oh jeez, had food. Yeah, for Timmy Clement, he is literally on the roll at the moment. Not just he got a nomination last year for Call Me By Your Name, which I sort of like the first third of it, where it follows a teenage Jewish kid in Italy who falls in love with a 30-something American guy. Yeah, age gap differences. It's out there. And of course, there's Sam Rockwell playing George W. Bush, or that other Bush you preferred, or that other Bush you really don't want to talk about, but the other Bush who died recently, you kind of appreciate a bit more. Yeah, in the trailer I kind of like his Texan accent, like, so, I want you to be my VP. Yeah, sure, my Texan accent is a bit crap, but yeah. Best Animated Film: Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Maria, Ralph Breaks the Internet, quite literally, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Incredibles 2, we waited 14 years for this, and it paid off. Bing, bing! And I had a swell of a time. There's Isle of Dogs, which is by Wes Anderson, who did Fantastic Mr. Fox, Grand Budapest Hotel, and Life Aquatic of Steve Zissou. Yeah, I hope, I'm down to my knees that he finally gets that Oscar, either original screenplay or for this movie or for the anime feature. Like, I'm really down to my knees, like, please. And speaking of directors I really want to need more recognition, there's Mamoru Hosoda's Maria, Girls Up Through Time, Summer Wars, Wolf Children, and Boy and the Beast. Now comes probably his magnum opus, Maria, where it's about a toddler who has to grow up with the fact that he now has a baby sister, even though he's like, nah mate, nah. He goes back in time to meet his mother, who was still a kid, and his grandfather and his great grandfather, to feel like what it's like to be the little sibling and big sibling. Apparently it's going to be like one of the best reviewed films of the year, and it's also kind of like, if it gets nominated for an Oscar, it's going to be like an apology for snubbing Your Name in favour of Boss Baby. Come on, let's be totally honest. I would watch Your Name rather than Boss Baby. Any day, anytime, Your Name rather than Boss Baby. There's Ralph Breaks the Internet, which I was so surprised that Zero from Imagine Dragons wasn't nominated for Best Song at all. It wasn't anywhere. Probably a bit too hip. Or it's in their new album Origins, which I need to buy soon. And Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Really dumb title. Yeah, apparently got some better than expected reviews, but it's only going to be out like this week or soon, or like, yeah, it's going to be out this week. I really should check it out. Yeah, it's about Spider-Man and the infinite number of universes, including Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man in neo-war setting, Spider-Pork, not for vegetarians, and Penny Parker, the Japanese anime one. And of course there's, for Best Foreign Film, Keep On Man from Lebanon, Girl from Belgium, Never Look Away from Germany, Roma, Mexico, and Shoplifters from Japan. I think the two films that stand out is Roma from Mexico, where it's directed by Alfonso Cuarón, who directed Prisoner of Azkaban, and also directed Gravity, and one of my all-time favourite movies, Children of Men. Yeah, this time it's said to be his best work to date. But one problem, I don't have Netflix! So it's a bit of a bummer for me, since I don't even have Netflix. Hashtag disadvantages. Yeah, apparently it's going to be, could win Best Picture, but it's nowhere to be found in the Best Picture categories. Probably they're racist, but... There's also from Japan, Shoplifters, which is about a Japanese girl who has to make ends meet to join a family of shoplifters, like the title suggests. Best Director, Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born, Alfonso Cuarón, Roma, Peter Fowley for Green Book, Spike Lee for Black Klansman, and Adam McKay for Vice. I kind of want to see Alfonso Cuarón. I think it's all pointing to Alfonso Cuarón for Roma. Best Screenplay, Roma, The Favourite, If Beale Street Could Talk, Vice, And Green Book, I think it's going to be it's a two-way fight. It's two-way fight. This is. It's either going to be going to Roma or The Favourite. It's going to be one of the two, to be honest. Either one of these two are going to win it. Now for best score, A Quiet Place, Isle of Dogs, Black Panther, First Man, and Mary Poppins Returns. I think I think I can't get Quiet Place's nominations since the movie has very, very little dialogue at all. When I mean very little, there's like apparently like 2 paragraphs and that's it. And the movie is like very reliant on atmosphere and sound effects. There's Black Panther, like I said, I was totally surprised by its nomination since I already thought it was going to get Best Song, but here we are, it got nominated. And finally, Best Song. There's All the Stars, Black Panther, Girl in the Movies, Dumplin', Requiem for a Private War, Revelations, Boy Erased, and Shallows, A Star Is Born. I think Shallows is going to win this, no matter what. Shallows, A Star Is Born. And this is Elijah Wells for the Golden Globes nominations. What do you think about the Golden Globes? Let me know in the comments below, and bye!